Hello, my name is Trydar, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build a Lamassu statue in Minecraft. Let's get started. So this here is an ancient Lamassu statue, or maybe it's a Lamassu. I'm really not sure how it's pronounced, but as you can see, it sort of has the head of a man, the body of a bull, and wings on it for some reason. So as you can tell, it is of course a mythical creature. And I believe these were used quite extensively in ancient Persia and Assyria and Babylon and possibly Sumer. And the one I'm going to be showing you today is more a Persian style. As you can see behind me here, we have some distinctive Persian type columns from the design as is made at the ancient Persian capital of Persepolis. So also I'm going to be including as a side bit here, this little module here, which I use to copy and paste all of these columns as well. So take a look at that. It's sort of a little sub-tutorial. I'm not going to do a complete tutorial on the column itself. But you can see as well, the statue here, I'm presenting this to you with a variant colorway. Of course, if you want to have your own materials, I'm including this here as a suggestion about what you can change if you would like to have something in a little bit different colors. These are more Babylonian type colors with the sandstone and the lapis and the gold ore and everything. So let's take a look here at the short bill of materials you will need to construct one statue. And for that, you will need 1,216 blocks of diorite, 1,965 blocks of cobblestone, 258 blocks of gold ore, 275 gold blocks, and 687 blocks of basalt. And that is all you will need to construct one of these statues here, including the base down here as well. But before we get started with the statue, let me give you a closer look at the Persian order of column over here. In my previous video, I did a version of the orders of architecture for the Greeks and the Romans. So this one is going to be sort of a small little addenda to that for a Persian column. And if you want to know how to build it, you can, of course, download the world or just take a very close look at what I'm showing you here. It's just diorite and cobble, stone bricks, and some walls here and there, meant to replicate the designs that they use. Of course, at the top here, we've got, it's supposed to be representative of a bull here on either side, and they hold in between them sort of a piece of wood for the wooden beams that comprise the ceiling behind that there. So this is my design that I have chosen for that. And I have tried to make this as close as I can to what is there at the ancient Persian capital city of Persepolis. And as you can see, there are several hundred columns along the back here to sort of serve as a backdrop as I show you the statue and everything. So there's a bunch of columns back here that you can come and take a look at as well. Of course, everything I show you today is available for download in the video description. And with that said, let us now take a look and start the tutorial itself for the statue. So down here, we need to start building a base, and you're going to be edging this out with basalt blocks, 2 blocks tall, and then a lid of cobblestone on top of that. And the width for this is going to be 11 blocks wide to start with, and the length from down here to back here is going to be 30 blocks long, so it is going to be 11 by 30. And once you have constructed that, to save some cobblestone, if you want to, you can leave these blocks back here hollow. As you can see, the platform here at the next phase, you want to build up 2 blocks tall of basalt and then a top lid here of cobblestone all the way across that. And then from this point onwards, the tutorial is formatted. I will be showing you slices that are 1 block taller as we go on. So this is 1 block tall, then it's going to go to 2 and to 3 and so on. And as we go, you should be building these up layer by layer is how the tutorial is formatted. You can kind of see that stretching off into the distance there. And on top of this, I'm going to go along and show you by placing on top with the wool here all of the blocks that you need to be placing. Of course, at this level, we are starting down here with the hooves for the feet. And of course, at the front here, you can see you're placing these directly at the corners on the front here. And at the back here, I believe there are only, 4 blocks back from here as well. So you can get that measurement there for those. Now, as I go along, I'm only going to be tracing out half of the side of the statue, and that is because along this center line here, if you draw this, you can see that it is symmetrical on either side. So if we go over here, you can see if we draw another little center line, you can see the build is exactly the same on both sides, except for the pattern of the cobblestone and the diorite. Here, that is variable, but the shape of the statue itself is not. So, here are the second level for the hooves, as you see here. Like so, directly on top of what you just made. So let's go up to a third block. Here. Place these here for the legs. Like so. Now as you go, you will notice that the cobblestone and the diorite don't match each other. And that is because for this reference model here, there is a sort of a hide pattern made for the body of the bull here. But you can leave these a solid material if you want to, like the sandstone is down there. But it's just meant to be a random pattern, so you don't have to do it exactly as I show you as we go along through here. So let's go up here to the next phase, 4 blocks up there. Like so. To show you the top down from the phases that we have done so far, so we're all on the same page. All right, and let's build a few more blocks. Those blocks there, and these back here. And also, we are at this level putting the lowest block of the tail. There's a small tail on the back here that you can see, and this is the bottom block for that there. Let's start over here with the tail again. It's made mostly out of basalt. And here are the blocks here for building up the legs, as you see done here. And here's the tail again, the rear legs, and the ones at the front, like this here. All right. The tail again, we've got a little gold decoration on the back there. And over here for the front legs. Here again, same thing for the tail. And the back leg and the front leg here. All right, back here at the tail, a bit more there. The back leg here, and the front leg here. All right, again, only 1 block for the tail. Back leg here, and the front legs here. We're almost done building out the legs. You can see at this phase we are now building out the lowest portion of the body. So there is the tail, the back leg, and here is our center line going through here. So on this side of the center line, placing that many blocks there. And we are now joining the front legs together at the center line here. So if we drop down, you can see that down through here, it is symmetrical. The pattern of the cobblestone and the diorite is not, but the build itself is symmetrical. Showing you that there, and just randomize the cobblestone and the diorite. As I've said, you don't have to get it exactly as I have it here. All right, let's go up another block. Back here, one block for the tail. And let's draw out the center line here. Make that a bit easier there. And let's trace only the outside portions here to make this a bit more visible. Like that there. I'll show you the from the top down here. You can see we've got the center line going through it, and of course one side is symmetrical to the other side except for the pattern. All right, so for this one, let's start out here. We've got a little bit of gold for the neck ornament that hangs down here. So we are now at a level where I believe we finished the legs, so we can trace out the edges of the body of the bull here and towards the back and a bit of the tail there. So we'll take a look at that from the top down. You can see that pattern there. And let us continue with that method here going forward. Let's start at the front again. Here is the center line going through here, so we're starting at the center block. Then around the sides here. Placing the blocks as we go. And back here as well. We are almost done building out the tail. Also, there we are from the top down. If you only want to build out the outer shell, you can save a bit more materials on the body of the bull itself. You could there's maybe enough room in here if you wanted to make a secret base. You could do that as well. So let's trace out here the body and the tail back here as well. So there that is from the top down. And let's start here. Then along the body here. Back of the legs here and the tail back there. I believe we are just about done with the tail. A couple of faces. So there that is from the top down. And let's move on to another face. So we're starting here. And then we're going around like so. And like here. And here as well, and that for the tail. So there are those blocks from the top down. And let's go to the next phase. So there's our center block here. A couple of blocks that way, then back this way. And since I'm placing them all in real time, I'm not really going to count them all out for you. Because this is such a small build, I think you can fairly clearly see where to place all of these blocks. I'm just outlining the shape of them for you with the red wool. And let's go along here like so. back here. So there we are from the top. And let's go on to the next phase. Now, of course, I don't expect you to be building this in real time. Remember, the tutorial is designed so that I show you every block, but so that you can pause along the way and just build what you see and then replicate that at, of course, your own pace. All right, next phase, starting at the center block here. Along this way here, I believe this section is the bottom parts of the wings, by the way. And from the top here. All right, next phase. This one's going to be just a little bit more complicated here, because we are now having the wings go up, and they're also they're interfacing down here like that. So somewhere down in the middle here where you see this basalt, you want to be placing that there like so. It goes all the way down the back of the statue, in between the wings, pretty much. So let's place these here. Like that there. And these blocks here. Right. Start at the center here. And trace out the edge of the wings here. I'm starting to assume a three-dimensional shape here, by the way. So let me just trace out the center line there. And I think this back part here we finished on the last phase. So from this point onwards, we have built out the main body of the bull. So we are now building out the wings and the lower part of the head of the statue. Right. Center block here. And the outer shape like so. Along here. And back towards the center line here. All right. Next phase, center block here. And we're tracing this out here. Like that there, and draw the center line back through there, and that is the top of this statue here. At that level, so let's go on to another phase, center block, and making the pattern like so. We've got a little air gap here in between there. And we have the wing done like this here. So now at this level we have separation between the head and the wing. As you can see, it's going up at an arc like that. So we just trace out the head here. There's our center block here. Like that there. And the wing itself. Like this. I had to go through a couple of design variations before I finally got the shape of the wings reasonably accurate. Right, a bit more of the head here. I believe these are actually the eyes at this level. So we are tracing that out there, and the wings back here as well. So this from the top down. And a bit more of the head here, the center block. Then coming around like here. And of course a bit more of the wing back here. The wings go up for quite a ways, but I believe in a phase or two we're going to be finished with those. I'll give you this from the top down. All right. I think we are now building the crown on top of the head. So that will be that there. And like we are almost finished with the wings, actually. So that from the top here. So the next phase, a bit more of the crown. Done there. And the last little bit of the two wings back here, just 3 more blocks on top of those. All right, so we are now finished with the wings. So from this point onwards, we will only be focusing on building out the rest of the crown on top of the head here. So there you are there. Over here, we've got this a bit here. And near as I can tell, there were supposed to be sort of like some horns on either side of the crown. So there's that there. And over here, it's going to go out like that. And then like so. And then the top of this is going to be very easy. It's just those blocks there. And then these blocks here. And then on top of that is the very last phase. So we will just ring that out here. And that will be the top of that there, which is, of course, the final bit of the crown, which will mean your ancient Lamassu statue will be complete. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial for the ancient Lamassu statue, as well as the little bit for the persepolis column back here. So if you want to build your own ancient Persian hall, you can build a couple of columns and then build a pair of these statues, and you'll be all set. Remember, the world is available for download in the video description in case anything I showed you in the tutorial was unclear and you need to see it for yourself. And I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.